has tipped, and there you are. You're running for your life. You're a shooting star. And all the years, no one knows just how hard you worked. But now it shows. In one shining moment, it's all on the line. In one shining moment, they're frozen in time. But time is short, and the road is long. In the blinking of an eye, that moment's gone. And when it's done, win or lose, you always did your best. 'Cause inside you knew that in one shining moment you reached deep inside. One shining moment you knew you were alive. Feel the beat of your heart, feel the wind in your face. It's more than a contest, it's more than a race. And when it's done, win or lose, you always did your best. 'Cause inside you knew, in one shining moment you reached for the sky. In one shining moment you knew, yeah. In one shining moment you're willing to try. In one shining moment you knew. One shining moment.
Welcome. 6 o'clock on the dot. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I'm so happy to be here. It's homecoming weekend. We had a lot of virtual events already so far, but welcome to Coach O's kickoff event. This is awesome. I'm dressed ready for you guys. Normally, I will be putting this on, headed over to Maggiano's West End to see you guys for the third annual Coach O's kickoff dinner. But today, I'm coming to you, into your house. So welcome. What we want to do is to have you come be a part of our program. We want you to not only be a supporter, but we want you to know what we're doing day in and day out. And this virtual dinner today, on Friday, our guys are ready to go. Right now, we're here. No one around, just me. I may get changed a little bit. We're going to have interviews from our players. They're going to kind of give the secret behind the scenes. The camera's going to roll. No one's going to be around, just them and the camera. You'll hear from them today. You'll also hear from a lot of the things that we're doing, some leaks, some games we haven't even released yet that we're going to play. Also talk about what God is doing in our program, Christian, Scholar, Athlete. The last time our guys played a game, we won 4 in a row, off the season, spring break. They never came back. It's been a long year for all of us, our players, you guys, us. They didn't come back because of the circumstances. Now they're back with our leadership, administration. We're playing. We're going to represent TNU, and we want you to know how we're going to do it. This is also a chance for you to not only support and be a part of it, but to help our guys live their dream. You think about it. They worked their entire life to play basketball to something they love. Obviously, it's not the end of all. Christian, Scholar, we know their identities in Christ, so it's not that their identities in basketball is what they do, not who they are. But they want to represent what God has given them as a gift. And so basketball is one of those. And this year, whether it's testing or cleaning protocols, all the little things they've had to do, obviously mass social distance, all the requirements has made it not only difficult, but they've been all in to do it. Maybe just shooting with roommates only or just practicing in small groups. It's been difficult, but guess what? they've done it because they want to represent you guys. And so for us to be able to do it, your help is needed. Trevecca.edu/men's basketball. You'll have a chance to join us, be a part of this season, be a part of our team. Not only will we thank you for what you've done, I got some goodies. Our guys, my coaches, are working behind the scenes. We got some authentic, vintage Trevecca gear. We would love to bless you with it. And if you donate or if you support us today or in the next couple of days this homecoming weekend, we'll get that signed by our guys and sent to you. So here's the format for tonight. Obviously, I wish we were together, but Friday the 6th, tonight, I've been waiting to get with you guys. We got 30 minutes that we're going to be with you all. Interviews, leaks on schedules, behind the scenes. There's some new players. Brendan Newton, 7'2", from Liberty. You're going to talk to him. You're going to talk to Chris Rogers, returning point guard, Adam Webb, all defensive team. And I'm going to get a hot seat interview from Greg Ruff. He's going to call in tonight. I don't know what he's doing tonight. I know he better be locked in. We got a volleyball coming up, a lot of other things happening tonight. He's going to call in to get me on the hot seat to ask some tough questions that I know you guys want. But the biggest key, be a part of our team tonight. Trevecca.edu/men's basketball. You got a chance to be a supporter and know more about our team. So I'm actually going to go get a little spiffy. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to come back. In the meantime, I know these guys hopefully they don't say anything crazy about me or say that Coach O, being honest. They're going to interview. They're going to talk to you guys about their journey, their faith, about what God is doing, and why they're excited to represent TNU this year. I know for me, Christian Scholar Athlete is our mantra. 3-stripe life. You're here to say it. But Ephesians 3:20. God will do exceedingly abundantly above anything we can ask or imagine. And guess what? In this time, in this season of life, that's what we need. I'll talk to you a little bit more about my conversation with Dr. Boone over the summer. We just had an election a couple of days ago. It's been crazy. But what hasn't been is God's word, God's truth. And so for our program, it's been a pillar for everything we've done on the court, in the classroom, and obviously with our young men. And so to have an opportunity to share what God is doing, how we as a program are not only living faithfully to grow in our faith, but also to represent Christ with who we do, who we play with, who we play against, and the community we have with each other. This program has gone beyond anything I can imagine when I took the job. And I want to share those stories of how God has used this program. And lastly, we want to tell you about what we're doing on the court. I know a lot of people want to know this year, what is it going to look like? How's it coming in? Well, tonight, Friday night, Friday Night Lights, I would say, you're going to have an inside track to our program and a chance to be a part of it. Even though we're at distance, we're in your living room, we're in your house right now. Thank you for joining. Like I said, I don't know who's next. I don't know who they're going to chime in. They're going to beam in, call in, get their camera going for we to have a great night tonight, all right? Great seeing you guys. I'll see you soon. Go Trojans.
Finna change, take it to the grave, I'll be honest. Yeah. We see the dead race here, another day at the office. Holy, I'm a one for the father. Free, we the sons of the dollars. Remember him, let my name is forgotten. He in control, yeah. And he got the sword, yeah. Bow down, take a knee, that's what I propose, yeah. Homie, what your manners? No cap. Every nation's anthem, we'll have to kneel to Hosanna on. Lord now, been Lord, never waited for endorsement. Never cared about a forklift when you got God in your portion.
Yes, Trevecca fans, welcome. Man, it's so good to be here. I am so excited that you guys are here with us. Got some guys going to speak. Just so pumped up that they would be a part of it. Made it back over here. Now we have this set up. These guys are going to talk to you. Adam Webb, Amani Starlin, Brendan Newton, Chris Rogers. All right, so they're locked in a room, cameras rolling, no one's around, door closed by themselves, off the cuff, behind the scenes look. They're able to literally tell you not only their journey to Trevecca, what God is doing in their life, and why they're so excited about this year. These guys work so hard. I mean, all the guys on our team, came to Trevecca, obviously Christian scholar, athlete, three-stripe life, Ephesians 3:20, to do something above and beyond anything God can ask, we can ask or imagine. But they play basketball their entire life. You know, they work really hard, you know, from in the gym, back home to in quarantine. I mean, they're literally in their backyards, doing push-ups, sit-ups in their living rooms, dribbling on the concrete and the grass, preparing for this year. And if we have an opportunity, which we do, to actually go out here and represent Trevecca, man, we're going to do it with honor, respect, but more importantly, we're going to do it with all our heart. You know, Colossians 3:22, whatever you do, do it with your whole heart for the Lord and not for man. And so these guys behind the scenes look, we're going to call them in. They're kind of on tap to come in behind. I'm a little worried. They're you know, it's just them and the camera by themselves, no one around, door closed. You know, they may say something about Coach Joe, who knows? But I just love these guys. I love our players. My dad, legendary coach, we talk about it, passed away, and his impact was hundreds and hundreds of players, how he poured into them as a man, poured into them to be great husbands and fathers. And so me, my wife, our family, we want to impact lives for Christ through basketball. That's why we coach. That's why we're here. At Trevecca Christian University in the heart of Nashville, we're able to do that. That is our mantra. That's why we're a part of this. And so for us to do it, to hear from these guys is going to be amazing. Like I said, I'm just excited to be here with you behind the scenes, and we're going to check back in, talk to those guys, hear what they have to say. I'm going to get out of here, make sure no one's around, close the door, make sure we're here, and I'll be back to see you soon. Go Trojans.
What's up, guys? My name is Imani Starlin. I'm a senior guard here. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I major in criminal justice. My journey to Trevecca was a little different. I started off my freshman year in St. Louis at a school called Lindenwood University. And it was just a bad situation as far as just the school and really just the coaching staff. So I knew I wanted to come home due to some family issues, as well as, you know, just find a new home that's better suited for me. And that's when I was reached to by Coach O, and he just really just gave me the opportunity to play here. This season, I'm really just excited to play. You know, just being involved in the pandemic, being stuck in the house, not being able to really hoop, it's been tough. So just having the opportunity to play has really been big for me, and I can't. This program has really changed my life spiritually, because it really incorporates Christ in everything we do, whether it's on the court, prayers before practice, you know, doing prayer washes, learning about the everyday lives of your other teammates and coaches, to, you know, even in the classroom, you know, just putting God first. And honestly, I think that's what makes Trevecca different, because it's carried on throughout the whole community. Playing for Coach O is different because it's a mixture of competitive spirit as well as, you know, just having fun. It's always fun and games, and it doesn't feel like, oh man, you know, you're going to like a hard practice all the time. However, you know, just being able to compete at a high level as well as have fun and do things as a team, you know, that I really wouldn't be able to do outside of basketball is really cool. So that's what I love about playing for Coach O this time.
Hi, my name is Adam Webb. I'm a center for the Trevecca men's basketball team. I'm a senior this year, so I graduate in 2021. My major is business with a minor in marketing. How I got to Trevecca, I started off at Stetson, which is down in Florida. Spent my first 2 years there, and there was a coaching change which led me to go look for a different school, which Coach O reached out to me, and that's what ended up with me being here. What I'm excited about this season is really just getting to play. We haven't really played and competed in a while because of this pandemic that we're in. So I'm really excited to get out there and play. I think we have a special group, and I feel like we can make good history. We can do something special this year with the team that we have. This program has changed my life because it's different than what it was at my previous college. They center everything they do around the gospel, around Christianity. From basketball to the classroom, it's the first thing is God, and they lead us to teach us that every single day in everything that we do. So what makes Trevecca different is I feel like it's the culture, how people are here. They're very nice. It's a small college, which I kind of like smaller colleges like that. That's how it was in my first school, and that's how I like it here. This small community, and everybody knows everybody. What I like about Coach O and his staff is I feel like they care for us not only on the court but also off the court. They're very into like what we're doing in our personal lives. They're very understanding of what we're doing. We every time before practice we have a daily word that we read, and we pray before practice, and it gets us started throughout each day. It gets us a good start.
What's up? My name is Chris Rogers. I'm a sophomore point guard from Harrisonburg, Virginia, and I'm a business major. How I got to Trevecca, I got in contact with Coach O probably at the start of my senior year of high school. He started recruiting me. We formed a great relationship, and I could tell he really valued me as a person rather than just a player and as a point guard, and that's something that was huge in me making my decision where I'm going to play collegiately for the next 4 years. I'm very grateful for him and the staff and how they handled the recruitment, and I'm very blessed to be here. I'm really excited about this season. We have a great group, a strong core of returning players who contributed last year, and we're moving really well in practice so far. We're really close both on and off the court, and I'm really excited what we're going to be able to do this season in the GMAC. We're going to make a lot of noise. This program truthfully plays a role in my spiritual life. I'm very grateful to have 3 coaches that I'm able to connect with off the court, and for them to provide me with guidance and with wisdom daily, whether that be in prayer or in Bible studies or in relationships with our own players and how we conduct our lives off the court. It's really huge for me, and I'm very grateful to be in a program that values Christ and what we do off the court as well as what we do on the court. Trevecca is different. I think what makes us different most as a program is how close we are as brothers and how we walk each day together, both on and off the court. A connection off the court, I think, really plays a role, whether people believe so or not, in success on the court. And if we understand each other off the court and what we value in life and what we hold important, I think it helps us honor each other and both connect well on the court, which will lead to success. And I'm really grateful to play alongside these guys who will be my friends for life, and I'm grateful to have met them here. It's great playing for Coach O and his staff with Coach Tide Coffee and Coach Tay Gibbs. They really provide a lot of wisdom and great nuggets in coaching on the court. I think they provide a great balance of holding me and to our players to a really high standard and holding us accountable, as well as putting trust and faith in us to make decisions on the court. And I'm really grateful to play for 3 godly men that make great decisions on the court, and I'm really excited to see the success that we will have going forward this year into the season. Thanks.
I'm Brendan Newton. I'm a center from Roanoke, Virginia. I'm a graduate student, and I'm studying in the master's program of education. I got to Trevecca. I just transferred in this year. I was at Liberty University before. Was at a Division I program, enjoyed it, loved the culture there, enjoyed my time, loved the school, grew up loving the school, and just the basketball wasn't a fit for me. I didn't feel like I could really fit in. So Coach Mans talked to me over the summer. I already had a previous relationship with him, as he used to be the assistant coach at Liberty when I was getting recruited. So we had that connection, and we were connected over the summer, and having that relationship already built, made it easier for me to be able to come here to Trevecca and fit in seamlessly. I'm excited for the season. I'm just ready to compete, honestly. I think through all of this COVID season, it's been tough just to, like, you know, you're having to find ways to improve on your own versus being able to go at someone and, like, you know, play in a competitive setting. So I think that's one of the biggest things I'm ready for, is just to, you know, finally get to go out and compete. And for me personally, to be able to compete, because I didn't necessarily get a lot of playing time at Liberty. So being able to go get it out on a competitive setting and be able to really show what I have and do it for Trevecca and for God was something I really look forward to the season, and really show everyone in GMAC, you know, what we have here in Trevecca and what we can do. This program has really changed my life spiritually, in that finding new ways to be in quiet time, and being a master's student gives me a lot more free time, so being able to own that time every day and make time for God every day has just been so important for me, and this program has really afforded me the opportunity to be able to do that. What makes Trevecca different? I mean, people. It's just different. The small school feeling is something I've known, as my high school was an extremely small school, so I always love those connections to be able to have between teachers, students, and faculty. I think that's just it's a really great opportunity, and it separates Trevecca from a lot of different schools. Playing for Coach O is great. I enjoy his passion for the game and how he's always pushing me and the other guys to always be better. I think him and all the coaches really provide us that opportunity and allow us to be able to really excel on the floor, and I think we can do incredible things this season with him at the helm, and Coach Tay and Coach Coffee along with us. I think we'll do incredible things this year. Okay.
Man, welcome back. Wow, what a great night so far. I mean, it was so cool for us to call in and talk to those guys. You think about all the things they mean for our program: Christian Scholar Athlete, Amani Starlin, Adam Webb, Brendan Newton, and then, you know, Chris Rogers. You know, those guys are awesome. And what's going on here? Wait. Oh, man, SID Greg Ruff is trying to come in. Oh, man, he wants to be a part of this. I'm a little worried. I mentioned about a hot seat, maybe some behind-the-scenes look at our program. And I just want to say this, Greg Ruff, our SID, if you live in Nashville and been part of sports for however many years, you know Greg Ruff. He works so hard behind the scenes, late night, getting the film up, the video up. Him and his team, you guys don't understand. Your SID is your best friend. And Greg Ruff is one of the best in the business. I've been at Vanderbilt, Liberty, Rice. He's one of the best I've ever dealt with. So he's my buddy, but I'm a little worried why he's trying to call in right now for us to get on here. But Greg Ruff, he is the backbone of our program. People, you got to know Greg Ruff is one of the best guys I've met. I love him. He's been with me since day one. He's the one that got me going on the interview and the press conference. And now I hope he doesn't try to get me, but he's calling in. Let's bring him. We're going live with Greg Ruff. Greg Ruff calling in Friday night. We're going live with Greg Ruff.
Man, this is awesome. I get to jump in here. What a great program you got going here. You know, when you talked about this virtual thing, I was like, I don't know, but man, knocked it out. You got Adam Webb. I mean, the big man brought it last year. Brendan Newton. We know that he likes Fig Newtons now, right? Is that correct? He likes Fig Newton. And then Chris Rogers bringing the beard back, and he's having to do a lot of treatment. And Amani is one of my favorites, man. So you had great guys there, and this is a great night. I mean, got volleyball going on, and look at you all dressed up and everything too. So I can ask you anything here. Is this behind the scenes? Is this off the record?
Yeah, you know, Coach O's dinner usually is private, behind the scenes. Maggiano's and some of our best, great supporters get an inside look. And Greg Ruff, I'm a little worried. You got the hot seat. I can't tell. I said you get behind the scenes look at the team. You get the hot seat. These fans out here, social media is going to be buzzing because you could ask any question you want because this is behind the scenes. This is our supporters who give to our program. They get what they want. So what do you got?
Yep, I got to listen. First of all, I want to know where's my Maggiano's. I thought you were going to have a delivery up here. All right, so you got these. How are you getting these 7-2 guys from D1 programs to come to Nashville and little old Trevecca? Give me the scoop. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. If as a recruiter, you want to recruit the best players, but here's what's so crazy about it. The first kid that I would say, man, I learned how to coach and learn from was Luke Cornett. So Luke Cornett is 7'1", Vanderbilt University. I saw him in high school when I was at Rice as an assistant. He was at Trinity Christian up in Dallas. And I was like, that's a goofy kid. And all of a sudden, boom, he goes to Vanderbilt and he's, Cornett's kid, and he blows up, and he's in the NBA right now. So I learned, I'm like, man, if I could get a kid like Luke Cornett. So Adam Webb comes up, Christian school. He went to Link Year as a Christian school. He also went to Stetson, but he's small Christian school, and it was awesome. Well, before that, we recruited a kid named Brendan Newton at Liberty when I was an assistant. And I just thought, this kid is unbelievable. Small Christian school in Roanoke, Faith Christian, and we went after him hard. Then Virginia Tech offered, and I'm like, there's no way we're getting him. Well, I leave and go to Vanderbilt. He goes to Liberty. So the Christian aspect for these two guys for sure has been huge. But I'm going to be honest, it is totally God that brought them here. And guess what else happened? We got those 2 7-2 kids. We got a kid that's 6'11" and 15/16 is what he told me. And you will love this. Well, people don't know this. This is behind the scenes. His dad, Caleb Terry, our freshman from Ohio, his dad played at the University of Ohio with Gary Trent, and his dad is 7'2". So when we get together, maybe Thanksgiving, we'll have 7'2" dad, 7-foot son, 7'2", Brendan Newton and Adam Webb. So it's a blessing, and we're hoping this year that plays to our advantage, having some huge height, almost like an NBA team, like the Lakers, I guess.
You are always creating stuff, and I love that. Your mind, you never stop. And you came up with all this COVID stuff. You had to come away. You wanted to have a season. You wanted your guys to be able to train. So you came up with this great plan. We know about podcasting, but now we got pod practicing and pod living, as a matter of fact. Talk about how you came up with that and kind of how it works, how you've been able to keep your guys safe and practicing and getting them in shape and working together.
Again, behind the scenes look. Thanks, Greg. You know the behind the scenes it took. This summer when this was all coming up, obviously you're talking to leadership. Mark Elliott's done a phenomenal job. Our nurses, clinic, training staff, Holly Whitby, VP, and then Dr. Boone. They were on this from the jump all summer. And just me using the resources, think behind the scenes. Look, I've built some great relationships with Division I programs I've been in. So I call those guys. We're on prayer calls or just talking. And they're like, hey, I'm just telling you, for these workouts, Omar, we are in pods. We're working out the roommates, suite mates. We are making sure we mitigate and do the best we can to keep our players safe, but also keep the campus safe. And so worked really hard, and the leadership was awesome. So our freshmen were able to somehow get together and be able to have a lot of those guys either be roommates or in the same suite. Here at Trevecca, we have suites and rooms, and it's a great organization. Our upperclassmen, they work together to see who they wanted to room with to get in the same apartment on campus. And so we ended up getting guys to be able to stay with each other, not because we want to isolate. We love congregating and ministering to the university, but for us to be successful, we knew if we played, we'd be going out of town, coming to different places. We wanted Trevecca to be safe, so we wanted to be able to be together. So we've had to practice 4 guys that live near each other or together, or they can only are comfortable with each other. They're room together. If something were to happen, where some guys may contact trace or have to quarantine, we knew ahead of time that we would be in the best position to keep that low. And so we've done it since we started back. The administration's been really great about the mandates of what we have to do versus the recommendations. And because of it, our team has worked well together. They're itching at the bit to play a game coming up, in less than a month to go after somebody. But yeah, that we've creatively, just with a lot of wisdom I got from some other programs and people I trust, that we wanted to jump ahead of it. And so we kind of got that going with our players this summer, and it's worked out well. It's been great.
Well, we know that Richie McKay, and we know the different people that you've come in. Who would be somebody this summer, back in the spring when all the COVID stuff was happening, who that maybe you talked to that nobody out there would think about your connection to them, that you got the best stuff from? Is there anybody? Maybe it's 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, neglect not the fellowship of believers. And I think biblically, I want to be surrounded around godly men. And obviously, Richie McKay at Liberty is a mentor. And I talked to him about what is Liberty doing, what are the protocols they're taking. Bryce Drew, who's now at Grand Canyon, he's a similar situation where he's figuring it out from day one. We talk regularly. And Willis Wilson, who's at Corpus Christi, head coach at Corpus Christi, coached me at Rice. Gave me my first opportunity to come in. He's an elder statesman. He knows the game in and out. Was an interim athletic director at Corpus last year, so he's talking behind the scenes. And then there's just a group of guys, across the country, from Lenny Acuff, who's at Lipscomb. Always talking to him. It's been a blessing. We have Hank Hutchison on our team, a freshman. His dad, Philip Hutchison, athletic director at Lipscomb. So talking to him every now and then, just figuring out what is Lipscomb doing, what are they thinking. And I love the Belmont staff. We know those guys well. Sean Rotiliano, an assistant there, was with me at Army. We were assistants together at Army. He's right across the street at Belmont. So I'm always texting their staff, just kind of seeing, hey, what are you guys thinking? What are you guys doing? And then there's a group of coaches, and this is a behind-the-scenes look that are on a prayer call all across the country, all levels. And all summer, once a week, we would just get on there and pray. This is every level you can imagine. And it encouraged me to be just around godly believers. And so what that call went from just praying for COVID and our teams and direction to, hey, what are you guys doing for practicing? Hey, what are you guys doing for workouts? Hey, how's that working on your campus? Hey, it's really a cohort of believers. And that's an encouragement for the fans to hear. There's other believers at other programs. You may not know who they are because it's maybe not a Christian university, or maybe they're not as, outspoken as Coach O, who tries to really make sure that's the forefront. But they're praying. They're just praying for our players. They're praying for our program, for our campus. So I really wanted to surround myself with people, as I joke, Greg, they're way smarter than me, and they're way better coaches than me. So I want to learn from them. And so that's a great question. That's a good one.
I don't know, man. You got a math degree at Rice. I'm not sure you're sleeping on the knowledge there. Hey, last thing, man, because it's Christian scholar athlete, but family goes all over that, and your family is key to you. And miss seeing your boy around here, miss seeing your wife as much. And but talk about them. How has this been for the Mance house around there, and how much are they wanting to see the games as well?
Yeah, normally at this kickoff dinner at Maggiano's, they would see my wife Beck and our son Z running around, and there's not a great husband, father, coach that doesn't have a great wife behind him. You would say you want to know why a coach is making it through, is because his wife is right behind him, keeping them humble, but also loving on them. And the coaches' wives are the ones that get the brunt more than anybody else. We moved so many times, so many different cities and towns. My wife, Miss Beck, is a stud. I mean, she's unbelievable, and she is my heart. So this time has obviously been hard because the uncertainty. What's next? Are we going to play? A lot of uncertainty this summer. Obviously, I'm here. I'm excited for what we're doing. We got a lot of guys coming back. So Z is memorizing the roster, our son. He knows every kid's name, and she's like a mom to them, whether it's just talking to them or providing a little snack or a treat on a birthday or something. But they really look to her. In the recruiting process, you got to understand the families entrust me to take care of their kids. From Ohio to Illinois, they're saying, hey, Coach O, you take care of them. Well, it's not just Coach O. It's Coach O, Miss Beck. They say, hey, they're now a part of your family. So for her, she's as important as anybody with our team. So I think our son got really excited about quarantine because he's like, I got daddy every day. No recruiting, no nothing. But yeah, I'm so thankful for an amazing wife that she's here supporting us through this. And they're right there. Wins, losing, wins, losses. They're there supporting, knowing that we put our heart into it. So yeah, that's a great question, Greg. I appreciate you asking because I don't get enough time to thank them.
Hey, well, thank you for letting me chime in here, and I know you got to get back to it, but what a great opportunity for people to support the Trevecca, the men's basketball program and athletics here tonight, and I hope that they will do that and support you. I can tell you I've been around Trevecca for a few decades now, and none better have come through here than you, and I appreciate what you're doing. I see your vision. I see what you're investing in these young men's lives and even beyond your own team here on the campus, and it means a lot, and I'm glad to be a part of it here and can't wait. Getting ready to tip it off here soon right here in the old field house.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks, Greg. And like I said, maybe before you chimed in, one of the best I've ever been a part of. People don't know how amazing you are, and I just love you, man, and I thank you for that. And I know our fans feel the same way.
Well, thank you. Love you, too. And, again, I can't wait to get out here and start broadcasting some games.
Sounds good. We're signing off with Greg Ruff. Man, hot seat. Wow.
Trojan fans, I'm back. Wow. Hot seat from Greg Ruff. Man, that was tough, but, I love talking about our family, sacrifices, obviously, think about my wife and our son. We put our heart in this. This is our family. These guys, we look at them as our sons, and, I think the biggest thing I joke with them, God loves us. And for me as a coach, I want them to follow me as I follow Christ. Paul, Timothy, Titus. You think about the three levels of discipleship. Someone's pouring into you, and you're pouring into them. So for me, I'm always having godly leaders, men that pour into me as a coach, husband, father. And then I want to pour into my staff. Think about Tay Gibbs. I'm just so excited to have him on board as in his role. Associate head coach, paid his dues, got his master's degree from Trevecca. And then Todd Coffey, who's been here 2 years, serving well in his role as recruiting coordinator and does everything for our staff as an assistant coach. Won a championship when he was at Liberty. They went to the NCAA tournament, and now he brings that to here. And so I think about pouring into our staff and then pouring into our players. And ultimately, we want our players to pour into others. They pour into each other, pour into the young guys, they pour into the community. From Kid Power, right down the street, Napier, mentoring those young kids, being a role model, being godly leaders, to on our campus where these guys get degrees from Trevecca, go on to do great things in their life, but their spiritual growth, their spiritual maturity, us discipling them to be prepared for the world is more important than anything else. We've had guys go on across seas, overseas, doing different things to play basketball, to also be a witness. And so for us as our program, I think about the discipleship model. I think about the guys you just heard from. I think about all this dinner is about is spreading the good news, being a great representative, honoring God in what we do. But more importantly, if you think about Ephesians 3:20, dream your biggest dreams. God will do exceedingly and abundantly above anything we can ask or imagine, and that's what our program has been about. That's why I'm excited to be here, and that's why we want you to be a part of it. Couple things. I'm going to have a couple goodies coming up next. Our coaches are working behind the scenes to find some vintage, authentic gear. Our players will sign the gear, be a part of our program, support us in any way you can. Trevecca.edu/men's basketball. Trevecca.edu/men's basketball. So much great stuff happening for homecoming. All the virtual events. We wanted this to be special for you guys today as you get ready to watch some other things that's on campus. but we want you to be a part of our team. We know right now you can't be with us normally, so we're coming to you, and we want you to help our guys as best they can. Have a great year, to also reward them for their hard work, but to represent them well. And part of that is, helping with our resources, from things they need here to perform, to play, things they need to actually travel with all the mandates and everything that's required for them, for testing, all the things that go behind the scenes in this season of life. Not only that, just the basics of going to Hillsdale, coming up, our first road trip, Hillsdale and Findlay, in the middle of winter up in Ohio and Michigan. That's a long trip. So from coats to travel gear to the things that are basic necessities, we know these young men need it. And our guys will be here the entire break. Great job by Tom Mendorf and Holly Whitby, the leadership, Dr. Boone. Everybody's done so phenomenal with the mini messers, the break. Now we're getting ready to head off into Thanksgiving, and we got some fun games coming up. Some really, really cool opportunities. And more importantly, we're going to represent TNU. So throughout the break, we'll be here playing together, doing all the things to be smart, safe, but also to represent you guys. And so those are the things that not only do we need support and help to make sure we can take care of these guys, from just basic things, from food over the break and all these little things that ended up adding up for our university. But it just helps our university, it helps our program, it helps the athletic department, and we want to get to the next end. We want to get to this next semester where volleyball starts rolling, soccer, men's and women start rolling, baseball, softball. Like, we got a lot of sports that are coming up that have been just ready to tee off. And for basketball, we want to set the tone. We said we want our guys to be leaders on campus. And being a leader on campus is Christian scholar athlete. They see our walk in Christ. Academically, that is a huge deal for us. Our GPA has been over a 3.0 since I got here, which was the initial goal, and we've increased it every time. More kids on the all-academic team in our conference, and more on the dean's list in school history. Each semester, 4 straight semesters, has gotten better. And now as we go towards the end of this semester, we're fired up to do the same thing. They have been great representatives. We had 3 out of 3 graduate the last 2 years. 100% since I've been here. 3 seniors graduated first year, Maddie, Nick, Dion. Awesome guys. And 2 graduated early and they can get their masters. We also had 3 last year. Reed Smith, Evan Ragsdale, Malcolm Walker. 3 for 3. 3 guys who graduated early, and they did a great job with a Trevecca degree. We've also done a great job locally. Think about Nashville, Christian University in the heart of Nashville. Well, Evan Ragsdale, CPA, right down the street, Nashville kid, the Hills Church, where his family is. Think about Reed Smith, Brentwood High School, grew up in this area, right down the road. Malcolm Walker, Independence High School, Thompson Station, right here, local kids that came to be a part of our program. And I just think about our young guys right now. Monty Starling's a senior, Innsworth, Nashville young man, just so proud of him. Jalen Tharp from Clarksville. Think about our freshman locally, Hank Hutchison from Lipscomb Academy. Mason McNatt, right down the road from Grace Christian Academy, right in Franklin. Robbie Rusciano from McEwen, Tennessee. We have done a great job of making sure that we have some young men who are fired up and excited about Trevecca and our mission for this university, locally, but also from all over. So Trevecca.edu/men's basketball. You have an opportunity to be a part of our program, to get behind the scenes, for us to bless you with thank you notes and also something from our team, just to say welcome to the team, welcome a part of what we're doing. But also these young men will be so thankful. And we have some great mentors, leaders, people who have done an amazing job. Just thankful to Jones Legacy Group, who has been a great supporter. Thomas Construction, great supporter throughout the years. We've had multiple people who have stepped up to help us. Crossbridge Ministries right here at TCC, we partner with them to help with the inner city kids, with their restoration house. Anything they ask, we're there to serve. So there's been some partners and some supporters that have been phenomenal. And we want to thank them today. We want to thank you guys today. Thank you for being a part of our program. We thank you for supporting us. We are representing you guys well, and after 2 years of rebuilding, restructuring, and redefining Trevecca men's basketball, we want all the alums, all the supporters, all the people who love Trevecca to know we're representing you well. We want you to be proud of us on and off the court. And so this year we want to also make you proud on the court. And so we're preparing to do that. We love you. We thank you. Go Trojans.